Hi, my name is Isaac Rodriguez, founder of Mr. Coin, and I'm happy to be here in REIMAGINE 2020.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to REIMAGINE 2020, the Happy Huddle Day edition. This is our fifth event within the REIMAGINE series of conferences. We're closing out the year strong, with our last event in 2020, and we hope that 2021 is nothing like 2020 except for this Bitcoin bull run, which has been great. I'll be your host today, Adam, from the MouseBelt team based out of San Francisco. If you missed out on any of our past four events, feel free to visit the REIMAGINE 2020 website at ri2020.io for full access to over 150 interviews from some of your favorite projects and individuals in the space. Our mission is quite simple. It's to continue to understand how blockchain is making an impact. And how do we do that? Well, we invite the top projects and leaders in the industry, top universities, students, clubs, organizations, to shed light and help us understand blockchain's role, impact, and innovation, the advancements towards Web 3.0 and the decentralized infrastructure of our future, which is super exciting. So today I actually have Isaac Rodriguez coming from Mexico, Latin America, representing down there. All right. How you doing, Isaac? Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Adam, thank you for inviting me, and I'm super excited to share some of my background and knowledge of blockchain stuff over here.
Exactly. And that's why we invited you, right? To get some insights, perspectives. Can you give a quick little background, right? Where you're from, how did you get into blockchain, and what has been your experience leading up to blockchain and Bitcoin in general?
Sure. Well, back in 2014, I was in an entrepreneurship event over here in my city. I'm from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. And I was searching for something new, something that really hooked me up. And it was one speaker that was talking about this internet of money and coins that are like really strange for me in that point, because this stuff has cyberpunk. I like that stuff, and he showed us some coins, some Cassian coins, the gold ones, and I knew from that moment that this was something that I was going to be really, really hooked up. So all 2014, I was like, if this is real, I don't want to lose my money. I want to keep my money, but this cyberpunk is really interesting. So I was 1 or maybe 2 years searching about it all by myself. And then in 2016, with all the knowledge that I had, I started to talk about it in the Facebook, with my friends. And I was like, I'm the only one that knows this in my probably in my sector, and I need to provide this knowledge that I know is good for all the people, and for different reasons, because the economic stuff, because of the cyberpunk stuff. So then in 2017, I started to gather with 3 friends in this place called Hacker Garage. We talked, this is Bitcoin, this is real. I just started to buy it, and then I sell it to try if it was real, and it was all real. So then I started to teach about it, and all these people that gather, like 3 or 4 people that gather with us, was going bigger and bigger, until one day it was, we need to be a community, because we are teaching knowledge, and it's probably the good thing to do. So then we started with this community, and we started to do monthly meetups. So this get bigger and bigger, until one day some people of the community say, we are doing this, but how about doing workshops? How about to speaking about it to institutions, to universities, to companies, and it goes all that way. And finally, in 2018, we host an event in probably the most important university over here. is called Tec de Monterrey, and we do the blockchain day. We gather like 2,000 people, and all the event was, okay, you want to learn about economic stuff, this is your place. You want to learn about legal stuff about blockchain, here is your place. And we had workshops about Bitcoin, Satoshi Vision, Hyperledger, and all that stuff. Click with the people that was there, and the vision they had about Bitcoin was tiny until that day, and from that day to this day, the people is always asking about what's going on, because the blockchain ecosystem is growing a lot. It's hard to keep the track, and they love it. They like this financial stuff and being the real owner of your money.
And so what is the vision, and we'll start with you, of like what Bitcoin or blockchain means to you, and then I would like to understand what your friends thought of it, because obviously blockchain spans many kind of areas of technology, business, life, and then there's also Bitcoin, which also allows, you know, a sense of ownership, your own bank, you know, self-sovereign, internet money, and it's yours, right? So we'll start with you. Like, what is Bitcoin? And you could separate it. What is Bitcoin to you, or what is blockchain, and like what interests you? Like, what's the impact that you see?
Yeah, well, for me, blockchain and Bitcoin is like a state of mind, because once you know what it is and what will be, you try to not be the guy of the past, where you earn your money, and in a financial way you wait to the government to borrow you or steal your money for taxes, because I don't like that stuff, because it's not reflected in the society. So for me, being in this space, knowing about blockchain and Bitcoin is like a state of mind. It's like a way to be the barrier between what you can do, and is a safety way to do what you like to do without the government telling you, okay, I will still. Probably it's not stealing, it's paying taxes.
Yeah.
At the end, it's probably the same. But that is probably the most important stuff that the friends that gathered with me was, okay, you're telling me that I can send money to any place in the world, paying a low fee, and it's going to be okay. And in that way, many people try to understand it, because probably you don't know, but the money that enters to Mexico from United States, it's a lot. Probably the last time I watched it, 80% of all the money that enters to Mexico for the commerce between countries it's equivalent of all the money that enters to Mexico from people that works there and send money for the people over here. So when I watched that, and my friends watched that okay, all this stuff with Western Union and companies like that are stealing a lot of money, we hook up and we started to spread the knowledge about, hey, you can do this, don't do that, because it's your money. So that was the first step in all this dissemination of knowledge with the community.
What's the at a high level, what's the percentage of accepting Bitcoin, right? We've known that the remittance going back and forth between countries, supporting family members, has been going on. Not a problem there. And there's services for that. How does Bitcoin or blockchain or maybe just crypto support those efforts. Like you said, I think fees a little bit more expensive. I think ownership of your own money, as soon as it's not so volatile, right? But what help me understand, are they open to crypto or do they still want, fiat or dollar? What's the sentiment there?
Well, over here is quite new because when you tell somebody, okay, if you send 1 Bitcoin, but you need to understand that it will be a fee and your Bitcoin in 20 minutes probably will be lower or something, like it's like
Scary.
Yeah. So many people are not can afford that risk.
Yep.
But with the stable coins, more people is trying to enter to the space because they say, okay, I don't need to use my actual bank because some of the exchange over here can do the same things that a bank and quicker. So you can hold your keys, do the stuff that banks usually provide using your exchange. And in that way, many people are using these as tools to their financial activities. But it's funny because many people over here, probably, I don't know, like 70-80% of the people over here try to do this, is called, like in Spanish, is tandas. So people with this scam try to give money to one person, and in 1, 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months, the money they gather, they give it to each one of the people that is in this collective. But with that idea, all the people that are used to do this stuff join some scam machines. So it's really funny because many people, when they tell them you're going to win 20% a month, and they go right inside. But when you tell them, dude, this is not a good business, you probably will lose all the stuff, all the money. If you don't hold your keys, it's not your money. So with that background, many people is really interested in cryptocurrencies and getting rich really fast. And our community works a lot to teach them, if you are doing that, you need to know that you probably will lose your money. We don't like that kind of scams. And many people then realize what it is, what's going on, and then join us to do the right thing. So it's funny the way they use the crypto.
So do you see it very highly likely that most of the community there will start using crypto at some point, 2, 3 years, 5 years down the road?
Yeah, I see it really, really probably in less time, because when last year, and probably, no, it was this year, some exchanges are providing cards like Visa and MasterCard, and the people that use crypto don't like, well, at least here, don't like to transfer the coin to the wallet and then the fiat to then the bank. So in that way, people are starting to use it. And I believe that with a good UX UI and getting the people to use it in an easy way is going to be more and more frequent the use of this. Because I helped some business that sell food to get their own notes, but in some point is like, okay, you understand this, is okay, I understand it, but it's hard. No, all the people know how to operate the notes. And then I was like, okay, probably this is not the way. But with this debit cards,
Yeah.
more people is okay. I don't need this sophisticated computer to get my satoshis. I can use the same that I use for everybody. And then I believe that when all the people has satoshis, or at least most of the people have this crypto in their wallets, exchange, everything, they will start to realize that this is a thing and we are evolving to a next financial education and stuff.
What's the demographic that are accepting crypto, Bitcoin, in terms of what's the age that are, more open? Is it the older, younger, in the middle?
Yeah, over here, the people between 17, 18 years old to 30, 35, probably 40, they are really interested in know more about the crypto and use it, like trading, holding, buying stuff, and they are really used to this crypto stuff. And the older ones, like 50, 60, 70, they join this space to hold it as an investment, not like use it like
Transactional.
fiat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more an investment.
And that's going to be my other question was, what's the balance there? And you might have just touched on it now, where the younger generation, do they want to spend it transactional? Older generation maybe want to hold on to it. What's the mindset of what to do with crypto? Is it an investment, or are you looking to, send remittance back and forth as a payment, and then back to the peso? How's that looking for everybody?
Yeah, the younger people, it's getting into trading stuff and holding because they see an investment on it. But if they have to use it, they use it. The difference with the old ones that they will never use it, like transactions. But in the money coming from United States, it's more for the people that don't have too much education. So the money that comes to Mexico, most of the time when we help people to understand it and get in, they don't do trading. They get the money and they change it to fiat instantly. Yeah. So that will be
interesting. And no, that's good stuff. And I think it's educational, right, for our audience and people trying to understand whether they're beginners, novice, experts in the space. We have a little bit of content for everybody. And I think LatAm has been, we work with universities down there as well. We have some of our partners that are operating, in Latin America, Mexico, and, some of the other countries, surrounding that region, which have been great. And it's very booming. Talk to me about Mr. Coin here. You briefed on it a little bit. You kind of started this thing a couple years ago, and what would you say the goals are, the objectives? And this could be adoption, this could be education, all the above. And yeah, give us some background on how you started that, why you started it, and like how it's been going. Now we're in 2020, so you've been doing this for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the goals evolve all the years because we started with the goal that we will teach as much persons as we can, and we were like all the bull market, the last bull market, teaching people to hold, to know what is a private key, why you don't really need to get it in secret, all this kind of stuff, so people learn and don't get like this bad experience that you lose your money because you don't hold your private key. But it was evolving until in this moment I could say that our goal is, yes, keep that knowledge, but we are working with some universities and companies because we want to get to mix the guys of the university, like people that are in their final years of university, companies, and mix them to the country really have some projects that can help the ecosystem over here, because over here we don't have many projects about blockchain. And I believe that not only in Mexico, all Latin America, it's the best place to use blockchain for all the, the political stuff, the financial stuff, corruption, all that kind of stuff. And I believe that blockchain can help a lot in that space and in others one. But many universities are getting involved, not in a deep way, because they don't understand it the way that it has to be. But probably this year, the universities that had workshops and keynotes of people of the community in this deep way of blockchain is getting more and more attention for the students, because probably the price is one of the facts as well. But I believe that all the people, or at least most of the people, enter the space with the price thing of getting rich. But once they get involved, they get the idea of what it is and what you can achieve about this technology. So the goals, it will be getting more people inside the ecosystem and help them build these good projects for the country.
Talk to me a little bit about your members. What types of members do you have? Are these university students? Is this open to the public?
Yeah, this is completely open to the public. And we have, in the community, we have people from fintech companies, we have teachers of universities, we have like moms and dads, so like average people. We try to get all the knowledge we get about high level and get it in a way that all the people can understand it. But in one way, the workshops that we try to give to the people, it's always getting from above to the top, in the level that, okay, this is crypto 101, and then okay, we pass to what is blockchain, and then getting higher, and then getting more people involved.
What are the interests from the members in terms of a lot of developers, entrepreneurs, computer science, business?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of profiles over there, but I believe that the common interest of all the members of the community is about financial stuff. Like last year, one guy was developing a blockchain for elections, but it get to an end because it was not going to be adopted for the the fees, the high fees. So we all have a common like bridge, that it is a project that helps the people in our ecosystem, like the elections, or something that help with corruption or stuff like that. We all gather to build it. The last project I worked was one from Hyperledger. It's probably not blockchain depends of the perspective, but we use this facial recognition to a wallet in the Hyperledgers, so people can buy stuff with their face. So that was the last project before the COVID, and then the COVID stuff started, and we were okay. We have this on the Hyperledger. let's introduce it to the people. And most people get inside of this project, but the technology is still too hard to many people to understand. So it's probably it's a challenge to mix the people that has this really high knowledge with the people that needs the technology and don't know the high technology. So it's kind of it's funny. It's interesting to be in to get them in a point between the high and low.
Yeah.
So that will be.
And outside of your members, what kind of partnerships are you looking for, or what kind of partnerships do you have? It seems like you mentioned, obviously you mentioned bridging that gap a little bit of the ecosystem with talent, with the network, with the mines, right? The local mines. Are you partnering up with anybody else, or what's kind of on the roadmap to, kick this off to really support the area, the region?
Yeah, well, we have some partnership. Last year, we were working with Paxful and getting more people involved of that platform, because for the money coming from the United States to Mexico, that we thought that Paxful was a good platform to do that trading stuff. And we worked with Nervos, and it's a really interesting project. And last year I was in China studying, so fortunately I was there with the founder and the people over there, talking about if they want to do or build more stuff in Latin America. And when I returned over here, the plan was to build stuff in Nervos from education, and then we will see what's going on, like hackathons and stuff like that. But with the COVID stuff, it's like really not the best time. And probably that will be the partnership that I remember right now.
Yeah, no, that's great. It seems like you're opening it up. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of viewers watching this conference, and some students, some investors, some enthusiasts, developers. There might be watching this to maybe support you in general, but at a high level, like, what are you looking for in 2021? The pandemic hit. It seems like you were you guys were very, very active at the time. Are you still like meeting up via Zoom, or is there still activity going on?
Yeah, we started in March with online meetups, but with all the people getting like home office, we understand that people probably don't like to be in Zoom 12 hours, so we cut it. But we still have the groups of Telegram and WhatsApp. So when something was really important, okay guys, you want to gather the weekend, we can talk about it, we can chill and something like that. We are still connected to the community, because the people is the community. And then we would like, when the pandemic gets over, hopefully next year, we are going to start again with the with the presential meetups. And with the help of universities, we will go to the students and teach them, okay, this is blockchain, this is Bitcoin. And if one partner like Nervos wanna help us with this education, okay, this is Nervos, and let's build, because I believe that it's a perfect time to build in blockchain, in any blockchain. But the NFT are getting a lot of traction, but we need people to gather and share ideas and build. So we want to be that bridge between all the parts to build. That will be.
That's great. And I think we'll get there, right, at some point. And, don't give up too much hope off Zoom. I think Zoom can go a long way during this period of time. Like, we're doing these interviews and the conferences to kind of continue to engage, promote, and understand how everybody's feeling and kind of showcase that. Um, at the university level, how much support is there? I know you were, studying back home in Mexico. I know you went to China. How was the university? Are there any comparisons, between the schools in general regarding blockchain? And you could break it down with Mexico first. Maybe China, maybe not. But in Mexico, how's the university kind of accepting or teaching blockchain? Has it been rampant or kind of a slow process?
Yeah, it has been a slow process, but the teachers and the principals want to be always in this shape of innovation, and more students related to entrepreneurship are searching a way to do projects about blockchain. And well, at least they do coins like tokens. It is, I believe, it's a beginning. It's not the best, but it's cool. And at least for me, as in my own opinion. But it's like, okay, the students are doing their own tokens, and then the teachers start to understand what it is, and what is the token, and the cryptoeconomics and the blockchain, the security, how it works. And more teachers know from their students, and then they share that knowledge with more people, or more teachers or the principals and stuff. And so it's going slowly, the knowledge in Mexico, or at least in the universities, but they are open to start workshops that gathers people of the ecosystem to teach the students in a way that it can get really deep in the university. Like, I don't know, you can get this, okay, math, Spanish, and blockchain. Okay, it will count for your semester. So it's going really, really slow, but I believe that when the people start to go to the university, that it will not be too long, so the people really understand it and know they need this knowledge in some way, at least in the fintech ecosystem. And related to China, I was on Hangzhou, and they have a really, really interesting community. And like, it's a club in the Hangzhou University. And as far as I know, I went 2-3 times. Most of the teachers of computer science and stuff like this helped the government, or at least like consultants for the crypto yuan. So it's really a big difference, the club that helps the government to do a CBDC, and the university that is only in well, baby steps. But I believe that Mexico, or at least Latin America, is starting in a good way. But when you compare it with China, we are really, really far from them. But we started, and that's what really it's important.
No, that's great. We got a couple few minutes here, and I want to get your thoughts on some interesting use cases. What kind of excites you, whether it's blockchain or Bitcoin? Obviously, Bitcoin, it's a store of value, transactional, has its own use case and application on blockchain, right? What use cases are you following, and what are you? I think you were studying e-commerce and business, right? Or give me some insight into your thoughts on how blockchain can maybe impact what you're studying.
Yeah, well, the big data and e-commerce, I believe somehow the all the data on the internet, it's gold, is it's information. Yeah. But only few people can get that information. And I believe that in some point, a blockchain or many blockchains in that space, like the big data and e-commerce, it will going to be really, really big and important, because at the end, it's your information, is yours. So like the money, okay, is your money. You can do it, you can sell it, you can earn it, and corporations are getting advantage about it, and they don't give any money to the people. So I believe that blockchain, it has a big impact on big data and e-commerce. Probably not in 1 or 2 years, but it will be, because this e-commerce and big data is the future. Or at least for me, is the future. And I'm really excited that the Bitcoin price is getting higher and higher, because more people will read the newspaper and Bitcoin all-time high, and people will go, okay, I need to know what is this. Probably not. My recommendation is not to buy in all-time high, but people want to get in. So in that point, you first need to know what is this, what is that, and then if you want to buy it, go. So that's what's really excites me. More people getting inside the ecosystem, more financial investment getting in the Bitcoin roller coaster. And I'm studying a lot about the CBDCs, because I believe that in some point that DeFi and the CBDCs will get a really good match, and that will be the best for all the people that wants this revolution in institutional finance. And the middleman, the real middleman, the commercial banks, will need to evolve or get out of the party. So that's what's really exciting me.
And do you think the price, whatever high is, all-time high, is it good? Is it good for Bitcoin, in terms of adoption? Do you think the price can be too high for them not to get in? What are your thoughts?
Well, the supply is really an important thing, because it only will be like 21 million. So even if you buy it an all-time high, it will be another all-time high. So I was talking to a friend last night that, hey, finally I sold my Bitcoin that I bought in the all-time high 3 years ago, and I get a profit of $5. So dude, you have really, really strong hands. I'm really glad. So buying Bitcoin is always a good thing, but with that plan, okay, you want to invest it, or you want to get rich in a short time. So taking that plan, you can know about it. But I believe that most of the people that I spoke with, they want to get rich in a short way. But then when they know all this background about blockchain and Bitcoin, they start to get insight of how to invest in not just in Bitcoin and altcoins, in other stuff, and they get this really valuable stuff of what is money, and let the money work for you. So
what do your parents think of this stuff, or family or family?
Yeah, well, in the beginning they were like, it's like, you are really crazy. This is like chips, like the Chuck E. Cheese chips.
Fake money.
It's fake money. It's internet money. What you're going to do with all that? You cannot sell it. You don't have liquid money. It's not real. But then the stuff changed. 1 year, 2 years, they started to see me more involved and getting invited to do these keynotes in universities and with the government, and was okay. This probably is real. And then they started to to ask me, well, what is this? How do you buy it? How do you use it? How do you hold it? And finally, my parents get into the space buying some crypto, and I'm really glad because it's at the beginning it was really funny to gather with my friends and getting them involved in this Bitcoin blockchain stuff, but not my family. It was not like it doesn't feel like really good, no?
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. That's good stuff. It's very interesting, and Latin America has been a big part of crypto, and some of our partners and ourselves have been in the region as well, trying to support them through investment, development, education, and it seems as though it's very welcoming. Depending who you ask, most people, such as yourselves and other people that understand. There's more people that understand it, which is great, that are open to trying new things. And so I'm excited what the future holds for Latin America, Mexico specifically. And we're going to go ahead and conclude this discussion right now. What do you say, to the students watching this? Any words of wisdom, or what would you like to share with them as we, finish this interview?
Well, my first thing will be buy at least one Satoshi or get one Satoshi, use it, transfer it, get in, and probably you don't need to buy a lot, but when you see that this is real, you start to imagine stuff. And as a student, this is really important because you can have the support of your university and clubs, or getting or building a community, a club. So my recommendation for students is get involved, read, get at least one Satoshi, and gather with people with the same interests and stuff. Like, okay, you want to know about Bitcoin, blockchain, Lightning Network, or DeFi, talk about it, because it's the same space and we need more hands in this ecosystem to build. And I believe that the students have the best to do it, because they have time, they have this they are hungry to do and get inside of this ecosystem. So that will be my recommendation: get involved, buy Bitcoin, and if you don't know how to get in, gather with people or text my community. I will be happy to help all the students.
Where can people appreciate that? And you bring up some critical points in terms of, like you said, ask for help or reach out. There's meetup groups, not anymore because of the pandemic, but the community is although it's small, it's very active. It's very engaged, whether that's through Telegram, Twitter, various, blockchain like websites that show projects and what people are working on. Where can people find, I guess, your Mr. Coin?
Well, at this point, we are working in virtual reality stuff, like the Somnium. We found it really interesting and like a solution for the Zoom stuff. So we are searching a way to do meetups over there. But at this point, the projects that we are more focusing was the facial recognitions that I told you, because over here the COVID stuff is not getting better and we need solutions. So we are searching a way to help and using the blockchain stuff, and we are trying to get more people involved in receiving transactions with Lightning Network. But it's getting it's a fun roller coaster because it's hard, but it's a challenge that we want to get to the goal. So that will be
awesome. Well, Isaac, once again, thank you for taking the time out of your day. Thank you for participating in Reimagine conferences. the whole objective of us is to get insights, perspectives. Everybody's journey is different, and it's great. It's fun to hear. For all of you tuning in, this is Isaac Rodriguez. You can catch this this interview on replay if you missed it at the Reimagine 2020 YouTube channel. And we appreciate all of you tuning in to watch this and get a better understanding. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and conclude this discussion. And Isaac, we hope to have you back, man. We're going to be doing this every month. Pleasure speaking with you. I applaud you for the activity that you're doing with your community, the clubs, various countries. So we hope to have you back sometime soon for another update.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. You have a good one. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and hopefully you enjoy the conference.
Buy Bitcoin.